Is Guilty Gear Strive dying? No. Pretty stupid or something? No, it's not dying.
Hey pal, you just blowing from Stupid Town?
But a lot of people think it is due to one particular tweet and one particular subreddit. A subreddit that I genuinely do like, but has a history of takes as cold as Urex's embrace. No, it's not dying, but there are less players. Let's not get confused about that. What we have here is a niche game within a niche subgenre, within an already niche genre by itself. When people married to this game are people who play competitively and content creators, and you can never really trust them, now can you? Player counts only truly matter if you're making money off the game. You're always going to have someone to play against, even if your little brothers or cousins won't let you tower over them any longer. I can fire Fightcade and find a match on just about any fighting game I can find. Does that mean those games are dead? It probably is, but let's look at something beyond opinions and perceptions. Let's look at numbers. Here are the Steam charts everyone likes to pull out as a reference to an opinion. Now, I'm a person just like everyone else, so I'll do the same thing. What we can see here is an obvious difference in numbers. Guilty Gear has a lower player count as of the past 24 hours, compared to some of the other genre juggernauts surrounding it. In fact, it only seems to be beating older, arguably smaller, and better games and its older brother, with the exception of DNF Duel, which was ham-handed from the start, and King of Fighters, which has been regulated to a Discord dueler due to poor matchmaking, despite being one of my favorite games of this generation. Street Fighter, we can justify by people exiting the beta or preparing for the new game and being in Street Fighter grind mode. I know I was after Capcom personally insulted me by not giving me a beta code, when we all know I'm the biggest beta of them all. Dragon Ball FighterZ is a great game hamstrung by technical limitations that we've been told will be fixed this year, but IP loyalists and fans of the game will play it. If there's one thing I know about Dragon Ball fans, is that they will play and watch any assembly of garbage put in front of them. But FighterZ is good. I'm not good at it, but it's good. It's good. I'm not good. It's a good game. Mortal Kombat 11 was a mystery to me. It wasn't until I took a step back and realized that if I resurrected my dad from the dead and played any fighting game in front of him, he would ask if it was Mortal Kombat the same way that people assume all wrestling is Hulk Hogan. It's the champion of the casual market for a very fair reason. If we take a look at hip-hop bars, I can assure you Scorpion comes up more than Dhalsim. The most obvious difference we can see is in Tekken, which comparatively huge numbers of players in the past day. But I mean, it's Tekken. It's Tekken. You know, it's like the DNA that the FGC is built on them in Street Fighter. Not to mention its graphical fidelity. But let's also not mention it's been featured in Humble Bundles, giveaways, and free weekends several times, while Guilty Gear Strive... except for now, they're doing it now. Guilty Gear also falls prey to the games as a service content delivery scheme that plagues most any game out now. DLC drops, it spikes, it falls, DLC drops, it spikes, it falls. You see this in any game. Guilty Gear Strive player count is not falling because Bridget is trans. It's falling because Overwatch came out. It's falling because the Street Fighter beta came out. People are bored and they're moving on. They look for a hit of DLC like I look for novelty hats. Whoa, it's Sonic. It's got a ring count on the back. That's so cool. You're such a cool guy. Why are we even talking about Steam charts? Brawlhalla is bigger than any game we've talked about so far. Probably any fighting game ever. And Brawlhalla sucks. I said it. Brawlhalla is not a good game. We aren't talking about good design, good mechanics, or even graphical fidelity. We're talking about numbers. And how does it feel knowing that Shop Titans is a more played fighting game than an actual fighting game? That brings us to what a lot of people don't want to admit, and there's harsh truths in this. Fighting games are a niche product. This thing that we all spend hours on, that you broke your control for, means nothing in the vast majority of gamers, game developers, and people in the world. No one wants to admit that smaller player counts don't mean anything because it gives them hope that the game they play or will play isn't a waste of time. And I'm not saying that playing fighting games or honing your skills in it is a waste of time. As long as you come away feeling fruitful and accomplished, it's worth your time. But these things don't matter. The only thing that matters is community and personal fulfillment, and whichever game you can dunk on your siblings and cousins the most in. If you lot were actually concerned with the longevity of Guilty Gear Strive, you would take a look at the horizon. You'd see Tekken 8, Street Fighter 6, and Project L all pulling fair-weather fighting fans away. Those same players might drop back in to check on the newest DLC character, but there could be some lonely months in the tower, with diehards being the only ones to stick around. Diehards of Strive specifically, when some fans of Guilty Gear as a series might migrate over to older Guilty Gear entries with their shiny new netcode. The game is fine, and Bridget's inclusion helps sales, and you're just a bigot trying to blame anything and everything on the new girl.